Hi everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and it is the last day to join the Jumpstart Challenge I have for May 1st, really focusing on thyroid and adrenal issues and your hormones, nutrition for your hormones, meal plans, grocery lists, recipes, all the support and material that you are going to need to be successful and then maintain these positive results long term. Okay, so if you have questions, comment below, message me. Another thing, this is all in honor of my upcoming book, The Female Fat Solution, and I didn't do my hair today. This is clear. This is very clear. But I wanted to talk about some thyroid changes. I also forgot I left my other stand in the car, so I apologize for the wobbly video. I'm going to try and keep it still. Okay. When we talk about hormone changes and your thyroid, the information I want to dive into right now, this is so important. I've had this conversation a ton in the past few months with ladies. The important thing about thyroid issues is that it's not just one thing. They're like, oh, I'm really struggling with my thyroid, or I feel like I'm having these thyroid symptoms, or I'm having this sluggish thyroid, but my numbers are pretty normal, or they're within the normal limits, but I feel like crap. That's not normal, is it? No, that's not normal. Just because it's within the normal limits doesn't mean it's normal. So, really important that you kind of recognize that just because the numbers say something, but it's how you feel. Do you feel like junk? Then there's something wrong, and it's great to address that. So this information goes through all of that in detail, and you're going to target the thyroid. So here's a few tips when you have hormone changes in thyroid. Now I say hormone changes as a general kind of overview here, because when women have thyroid issues, it's not just, oh, my thyroid. You have fatigue, you have stress, you have these other things going on. You have a dog who just really wants to play. Spot, hi, good morning. Or good morning. It's not morning. It's not morning. But Spot's here. Spot's here with his wet, dirty ball. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Oh, he loves the ball. He loves the ball. Now he's not going to go away. Now he's not going to go away. All right, Bubby, call him. Thank you, Bubby. So, when we talk about thyroid issues, it's always coupled with at least one, if not two, other hormone issues or other things that you're struggling with. If you're finding this information helpful, by the way, if you would click the share button, I would greatly appreciate it, because so many women struggle with thyroid and then they have these other issues going on. And they're like, oh, what do? I don't know what to do. I feel like junk and I don't know how to address it or target it. So that's what this is going to help with a ton. When you're really frustrated, struggling with your thyroid, with your hormones, and you don't know where to turn, here's some important keys to start with first. So, healthy fats are essential. Your endocrine system, your all of your hormones, they need healthy fats. So doing the like low fat or no fat stuff, cut it out. Healthy fats, so things like avocados, coconut oil, olive oil, sunflower oil, avocado oil, all great healthy fats to incorporate into your diet on a regular basis. Now, sometimes with a busy lifestyle, it can be tough to eat healthy fats spaced out throughout the day. You should be having healthy fats with your meals, like every meal. Healthy fats. That can be tough to do, so that's why there are fat bombs. I've posted some recipes recently of some fat bombs, some of my favorites. And if you have questions on that, you can also Pinterest them. But fat bombs, there's tons of different flavors and recipes and ways to make them. But that's a great way to get healthy fats in through your day. That is going to really help with your hormone levels. Second thing is here, carb cycling, boosting your metabolism. Very, very important. A lot of times women will try this whole thing where they're doing like no carb, low carb, all these things, and it really trashes your metabolism, and it makes it really tough for your entire thyroid and all your hormones to kick back up again and to really work the way that they should. So doing that long term is really hard. The whole ketogenesis, all that stuff, great, but the ketogenesis and a lot of the research that's done on that is done on, guess what? Guess who? Guess who it's done on? One guess. It's done on men. Oh, because it's always done on men. So how does that work with women's hormones? Not great. Not great long term. Yeah. That's why carb cycling, that's why going through a carb cycle is really, really helpful for getting your metabolism going and getting your body to burn the carbs that you're eating. Because when you do a ketogenesis and you cut out carbs, guess what happens when you reintroduce them? Your body says, oh, look at these carbs. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to store them in my fat cells and keep it there forever. That's not what anybody wants at all. So that's why carb cycling. So then there's carb cycling. Okay. So there's that. Last thing is targeting stress and fatigue. Kind of a general statement there, right? But I want you to realize when you have thyroid issues and when you're really tired, when you feel like garbage, you have stress and fatigue, and that's going to affect your body completely differently when you have these other hormone issues than when not. So if you're thinking, oh yeah, I'm stressed out, or oh, I got these other things going on, right? No, when you have stress and fatigue and it's coupled with these hormone issues, you have to target stress and fatigue differently and listen to Spot and really take care of the stress and fatigue that you have in your life. So really, really important that you're targeting stress and fatigue. Now, there's a lot of non-inflammatory things, some other videos that I've done, and I'm going to talk more about that in the next couple of days here, the stress and fatigue aspect of it. Spot, sit. He's just so excited. He's so excited that I'm talking about all these hormone issues here. But targeting stress and fatigue is going to take longer. It's going to be a different path, and it's not going to respond the same as, say, before you had thyroid issues. If you know a time in your life where you didn't have thyroid issues and you had stress and you're like, oh, I'm going to target stress and help with stress, your body's going to respond better to stress at that point than it is when you have these thyroid or other hormone issues. So that's the other thing. Kind of give yourself a different timeline. Oh my goodness. Okay, we all see your ball. We all see your ball. Yes, we do. Oh, such a good boy. Oh, okay. Such a good boy. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Oh my gosh. You're such a pain in the butt right now. So anyway, so give yourself a break with that. Understand that your body's going to respond really differently and that it is not normal to have those stress responses when you have these other thyroid problems. Bubby, can you call him, please? Because I'm going to try and, there's somebody asked a question. Somebody asked, oh yeah, carb cycling. Yeah, Gwendolyn asked what carb cycling. And Jane commented, yes. Julie answered, thank you, Julie. Changing how many carbs you eat and when. Yeah, so I've done other videos on carb cycling that you can check out either on my YouTube page or in the other that I've done on Facebook too. I detail out exactly what carb cycling is. It's a little bit longer to explain right now, that I do spend time on that, but your thyroid does respond beautifully to this. A difference, though, when you're going through carb cycling to keep in mind, again, this is where I talk about women are at a different starting line than somebody else. So say you have a thyroid, overall healthy, you want to work on your health or you want to lose weight or whatever it is, boost your metabolism. Let's say this is your starting line here, right? This is what you're working on. And then you're going to work towards carb cycling and you're going to be moving in this direction and here you go, right? If you have hormone issues or thyroid issues, your starting line is not here. Your starting line is going to be like way back here, at least. So you're starting way back here and everybody else is starting here, which means it's going to take you a few rounds of carb cycling to get even up to here where everybody else's starting point is. So also another thing, timing is different for you. Kind of take that into account and be patient with your body. It takes time to have those hormonal changes come around and everything. So yes. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm wearing like 2 different sweatshirts right now because it was cold and rainy today. And I was just really cold today. So I guess you're like, why is she wearing 2 sweatshirts? It's cold. It's not that cold relatively. I understand this, right? I understand this. It's not that cold relatively, but I really wanted to be 70 degrees out. And it was like 45 and rainy. No one likes that. No one. Well, I'm sure somebody does, but it's not me. Yes. Okay. Oh, yes, Gwendolyn. Perfect. Yes, so that's what I've got for you guys. Hormone changes and your thyroid, targeting that. Healthy fats and fat bombs. Fat bombs for the win today. They're so good. And when you make them and when you get in a groove with them, I make a bunch of them at once. They're super easy to do. I just make them in the microwave. I make my chocolate mint ones are my fave. Make them in the microwave super fast, blend them up, put them in ice cube trays, pop them in the freezer, and I make a ton at once. I make them while I'm doing other things. Like I'll be, pushing laundry through, and I'll make a round of fat bombs, and then I'm making this is like in the morning as I'm getting ready. And then I make the kids breakfast, and then I do another round of fat bombs, because doing a round, meaning like freezing, popping them out of the ice cube trays, putting them in a container, and then melting and doing that again, it takes literally a couple of minutes. It does not take long. It does not require a lot of meal prep or anything. And then I make the kids' lunches and all these other things. So I do these things while I'm doing like 5 other things, of course, because that's what moms do. But these things are fat bombs for the win. Seriously. So great to add in. You can try this carb cycling again. If you're going to do it back to back, and it's going to take a few rounds of doing it before you really notice the result like somebody else will. Again, that's a different starting point. And then targeting stress and fatigue, which I will talk about in the next couple of days here. So stay tuned for that. And I will really dive into some more information on stress and fatigue, especially related to your hormones and how fast things turn around. Bethany. Hi, Bethany. Bethany, you need to buy chocolate ever again, right? Oh my God. If you go through these, you get healthy fats in, and it's like, why would I buy garbage candy? Because these are just as delicious, if not more delicious. More delicious. Can you leave them at room temperature once they've frozen? I leave them in the fridge or the freezer. So I hide a lot of the stuff I meal prep in my freezer because my husband doesn't look in the freezer. If I meal prep something and I leave it in the fridge, he eats it. Like all of it. Like last Monday, I meal prepped like 4 grilled chicken breasts. And at lunchtime on Monday, this is like Sunday, I meal prepped 4 grilled chicken breasts, and then Monday at lunch I went to go in my container and there was one left, and I texted him, I was like, what happened to my chicken? And he's like, oh, it's super delicious, but I left you one. I was like, what? Stop eating my food. So I leave mine in the freezer, but you can leave the fat bombs in the fridge because they're coconut oil and they'll stay firm at that cooler temperature. Yeah, but they are super good, super easy. And I made those also when I did a segment up in Fargo. It's almost a week and a half ago now. Yeah, so I made those like live on air again, like took minutes, super fast and easy to do. So you can check that out as well. But this is what I've got for you guys tonight. And if you haven't joined yet or you want more info, you can click the link to get on the next round that I'm starting, challenge group, because we are targeting these things. You get meal plans and everything to go through this. Yes, and I'm so excited. I've got some really exciting things coming up too. Some more media things, some more other things. Been working on writing a little bit, so yeah, we'll see where that goes. All right. If you guys have any questions, again, don't hesitate to message me or comment or whatever it is that you need, and I will for sure get back to you. That's one of my favorite things is answering questions because I'm really passionate about getting women the right information they need to improve their health. Woo! Okay. So everybody have a great night, and I will see you guys all. And I'm sorry again about the wobbly camera. I'll have my stand next time. When does my book come out, right? This year. My book is going to come out this year, Bethany. Thank you for asking. Sometime. I swear. I swear it's happening. It's happening. I'm working on it. I'm not a writer, naturally. Took a lot of science classes. I can talk about this all day long. But to like, no, not my jam. Anyway. All right, everybody have a great night. Let me know what your questions are.